What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dwizzle Works back at it again. Got a little something, got a little box. I see a box on the desk, and it is a box from Sling Mods. As you can see, a box from Sling Mods. You know that's always a good day where you can get your box from Sling Mods. So let me open it up and show you what I have in here. Alright guys, in this box I have the highway pegs for the Can-Am Spyder F3. The left and the right. Comes with the pegs themselves, as well as the hardware screws that you'll need, set of instructions, and then the mounting brackets that actually go on the foot pegs themselves, using the existing screws that's in your foot pegs. Currently, these brackets will mount and under the foot peg, and this bracket will mount onto this foot peg will mount onto the bracket. So it doesn't seem to be relatively that difficult to do. So let's go ahead without any further delay. Go ahead and get to it. All right, YouTube. One of the first things I did was I removed the two screws that were holding the rubber piece on this piece right here. The two screws came out very simple, or very easy, almost too easy, kind of scary. I was wondering how tight they were originally, because it's literally as soon as I started to unscrew, they just turned easily and fell right out. So once both of the screws are out, all they have to do is remove this piece for just a second. And then I'm going to install the bracket with the spacers in there, and then put the screws back in and tighten it back down. All right, YouTube, let me show you something really quick here. As you can see, there are, where do I start? With Sling Mods. You know, I always say, well, I like ordering parts from Sling Mods because they eventually do work out for me. But let me say, when you order things from Sling Mods, and they have a lot of the install videos, those install videos are just not accurate. I think the Sling Mod video that they have for installing these highway foot pegs, make it as simple as taking out the two screws that's beneath this mount, and then just reinstalling the screws with the spacer. It's just not that simple. You actually have to bore out these two holes on the top here with a certain size drill bit. I don't think I have that drill bit, so I'm actually going to have to pause for a second and get that drill bit on tomorrow. So here we go again with another purchase that doesn't seem to be as advertised. I did notice when I received the instructions that it had two sets of instructions. One for if your foot pegs were held on by screws like those, and another one if they were held on by some kind of torque bolt or something of that nature. So it's just not that simple. You actually have to bore out these two holes, and then there's another piece you have to do. The other piece that you have to do is actually get the hardware that accompanies in the second pack, and then screw this piece onto this double-sided bolt here, or thread bolt, whatever you want to call it. Just turn it all the way on until it stops. This is how ultimately it's going to have to go on the bike. And then you have to get a pair of pliers and screw this all the way into the foot peg as far as you can. And then what you would do is be able to sit, once both of them are in, sit this on top of the foot peg into the piece that you bore out in the bike that I just showed you earlier, and it should sit flush. And then you put the spacer on, and then you would bolt it down. I believe that's how it will go. I'm getting ready to experiment with that. I don't think the spacer goes on the other side, but I will correct that if it needs to be corrected in just a minute. I'm just trying to figure things out right now. A little frustrated because it's not as though it's just not as advertised when I watched the video. I'm not sure if different years have different setup in terms of that bolt that goes in there. Let me show you the issue. The issue is that the bolt that I'm supposed to use, this one right here, would not fit into this plastic or this rubber piece right here. And it won't allow for me to do that. That's the problem. If you recall in the Sling Mars video, they made it really simple. They just said they throw the spacer on it with the washer on the outside of the bracket and then go in there, screw it back on. It was so simple. It is not that simple. So this video will be continued while I try to figure out what I'm going to do. I really don't want to drill on my bike like that. So what I'm thinking I might do is go to the hardware store and find a bolt like this, a torque bolt like this, but smaller diameter that would fit actually into these screws right here. So I want to do that. I think I'm going to do that because I really do not want to drill in my bike. That part is disturbing me. So I saw another video that I just got finished watching a little while ago by AKA Tim. And I wish I saw his video before I purchased this. I didn't. For some reason, AKA Tim, if you're watching, I missed your video on this. His review of it I thought was really good. And so check him out and see what he had to say about it. But if I saw his review, I may have second guessed buying this. I'm gonna make it work because I spent my money on it. But I think instead of drilling in my bike, the more I think about this, I think what I'm going to do is just see, can I find a smaller diameter bolt like this, take this one with me, and one of the screws, hold on, and one of the screws that came out of the foot peg, let me get it. See, this is the part I don't want to drill in. I do not want to drill in that. It feels like it's part of the metal, and that's just not cool to me. So what I'm going to do is take these two bolts with me to the hardware store tomorrow and see, can I find something that'll work this size to go in here. So this video will be continued. I do apologize. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, because Sling Mars did it to me once again, and I should know by now. And I think I said it before. Nothing you do on a Can-Am Spyder is just relatively simple. It always has to be a challenge, even with what you would think would be the most simplest thing. So, nevertheless, I'll be back at you. To be continued. Peace.